Silence the voice of self-doubt. Vincent van Gogh's proven method. What's up, everyone? What is up? This is Carl Allen, and I am back. We're back for another live on a Saturday. And I just wanted to come to you and just give you a shout out and talk to you about a couple of thoughts I've been thinking about when it comes to being confident on video, when it comes to presenting on video. And I wanted to bring to your attention today a special quote that was pretty cool that came across my desk this week. Wanted to share it with you. But first off, I just want to say welcome. What's going on? This is a shorter edition of what we do on a Saturday as far as when it comes to going live. But I wanted to go live and communicate with you and give you a shout out. So if you're tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from, whether it's South Africa or Texas or Massachusetts or wherever, the West Coast, Oregon, California, wherever. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Yes, indeed. Really excited today. Today is a special day because today, and it's interesting, the summertime's coming, and that means that I'm going to be doing a lot more performing. I'm still a performing artist. I'm still at the top of my game, thankfully. When I stop being at the top of my game, I definitely will stop. But still going. I'm doing a gospel concert tonight, actually, and I'm really excited about that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Getting ready for it. My call time is 3 o'clock, so I figured, you know what? I'm going to do me a quick live, go on live today, and just give you a shout out. I want to test something out real quick, too, as I'm talking. Yes, awesome. Just make sure my audio's good and my microphone's good and my speaker is good. I switched to AirPods. You know what? No, I'm gonna keep it like this. Okay, cool. MacBook Pro. Okay, cool. So, so thought I'd go live. So again, if you're tuning in, let me know. Give me a shout out. Hello, Cameron. How's it going? Am I good? Can you hear me good and everything? I just jumped on here. I didn't test anything out. I ain't gonna lie, man. And of course, I got to teach that. You got to test everything out and make sure you have a checklist, right? I didn't go with those rules today. I just said, you know what, I'm going live. Let's go. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that. Wait till you see next week. Next week, I'm supposed to be in Nantucket at a performance, so I got to fly out and I got to figure out when I'm gonna go live. Ideally, I want to go live around 1 o'clock next Saturday, but my performance next week is like midday. I have to fly out after my classes. I teach movement coaching in the morning, and then I have to get home, get something to eat. If I get a chance to do that, go to Nantucket, get on the plane, fly out to Nantucket, do the performance, fly back. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy next week, but it's all good because that's what we do. Yes. So didn't want to get too much off the topic. Thanks for shouting me out, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. And so, yeah, this quote came across my desk this week, and I thought it was pretty cool. I'm going to share a lot more quotes, and I'm going to also be sharing a lot more special words that have to do with being confident on camera and being able to present on camera, and to be able to even go beyond that. Because a lot of people, they want to go on camera, they want to present themselves, they want to do podcasts, they want to present at their jobs, they want to be able to present for courses, and that's important. What we do and how we do it is super important. So want to be able to provide those tools for you. So that is a quote. So first of all, my headline, that's my headline that I gave: silence the voice of self-doubt, Vincent van Gogh's proven method. So do you guys want to hear this quote? If you want to hear the quote, let me know. Let a brother know and I will let you know. So here's the quote. Well, I guess I got to find my quote. Where's my quote? Okay, cool. Here it is. So if you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. I'm going to say it again. If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice might be silenced. Or will be silenced. I want to say might, will be silenced. That's pretty cool. I love that quote, and I love to hear what you guys think about when you think about that quote. But when I think about that quote, it reminds me of the voices that we get in our head. Every day we get voices in our head. It's funny. Growing up, I used to think, or I used to hear even my parents say, my parents are from the West Indies. So I can hear my mom saying her accent, don't, are you crazy? Don't be talking to yourself. Are you crazy? Right? But the reality is we always talk to ourselves. We always speak to ourselves. Now, what we say to ourselves is super important. The content in which we give ourselves is very important. And it's very important to think about this because we're always talking to ourselves subconsciously. Yeah. I'm gonna get my drink too. You're probably not supposed to get some to drink on live, but hey, I'm gonna do it anyway. I taught some classes this morning, so I'm thirsty. But that's something to think about. When we're speaking to ourselves, what we say, what we get, what we feed ourselves is very, very important. I mean, we're getting information in from social media, we're getting information in from TV, we're getting information in from family members, friends. A lot of those things are positive. A lot of those things are negative too, though. Let's keep it real, right? And a lot of those things shape us and mold us, and they give us experiences. Next 10 years from now, what you're feeding yourself now will influence you in what you do then. So it's important to think about that. So speaking to ourselves, that's why I like this quote, because if I have a voice in my head saying, Carl, you can't speak, you have a speech impediment, you stutter, you speak too fast. All these negative self-doubts that I give myself, all these things that I might say to myself, it affects me. But I'm the one who's in control of what I take in and what I allow. So I like that. What do you guys think about that so far? Can you guys relate? Can you guys identify? Let me know. Because this is something that in our society, we don't speak a lot. In the business world, we might get it. In the leadership world, we might talk a lot about it. But it's always important to explore it. Sometimes it's not always the most attractive, not always the most sexy conversation, right? But it's important that we talk about it. And it's interesting. I'm about to get ready to do a lesson actually with worship at my church. And my goal with that, which is going to be this week, my goal with that is to be able to help the congregation to understand, the power that they've been given when it comes to expressing themselves with worship, So I'm excited. So I'm thinking a lot about this as I think about this quote. So it's important that we gotta apply ourselves, even when we get those negative self-doubts. We have to be able to apply ourselves even when we get it. And as we do it, guess what happens? Before I answer that, Cameron says, some things covered in the 8 laws of mindset, the renewing of the mind. Yes. Woo! The renewing of the mind. We got to renew our minds. We always have to, it's important for us to be intentional and be mindful about it. As we're going throughout our day to day, it's easy to let stuff like this kind of get in the back of our minds, but we have to be able to think about it. We have to be intentional. Now, when it comes to being an artist, one thing I learned is when I'm applying something, I'm always thinking about what are the variations in which I can do it. So if I tell myself, okay, keep moving forward, if I want to go and do some kind of presentation, keep doing that presentation, keep striving towards creating it. Now, what other ways can I do it? What other things can I add to it? And once I have it presented, even if I mess it up, how can I mess it up? How can I make that fun? How can I make it exciting? So, because one of the things for me is I like to make things fun. So that's what I think about. How can I make it fun? How can I make something exciting? How can I make something engaging? That's important. So again, going back to this quote, as I apply myself, if I keep on applying and I acknowledge those thoughts, but I don't let them move me, I don't let the thoughts control what I'm going to do, I'm going to get through it. It's kind of like, and I mentioned this before in one of the other lives, it's kind of like going to the gym. You go to the gym, right? You don't feel like going to the gym. I guess some people do. I know for me, I don't feel like going to the gym. My thing is I like to work out at home. I don't like going to the gym because I could use that time for something else. But if you go to the gym or if you work out at home, you don't first want to do it. It's good if you motivate yourself by hearing a positive speech or getting some kind of inspiration, whether spiritual, mental, or emotional. It's good to do that, and then you get to that exercise, but When you first do it initially, you don't want to do it. But as you keep getting that motion going, you're going to get into it. You're going to dive into it. You're going to get the job done. So I want to encourage you. I just wanted to jump on here today and encourage you when you're applying what you got to apply, when you have to, if there's something you have to get done, whether it's a book, whether it's speaking, whether it's presentation. Of course, I'm always talking about presentation, but if it's anything you have to do, get that motion going, start, get going. Those doubts are going to come in, but still get it going, get moving. And I'll add on to that, add excitement to it. Get excited about it. You know, it's interesting. One of the things with our family, we love to party. You know, we love 90s parties, 70s parties, whatever kind of party. If there's a P as a part and as in party in it, we're involved. We're there. We're all there. So one thing we know we could do, we could start the party. You know, people might come into parties, they might not be excited. We're going to start. You play music and it's good, we're going off. So that's what I think about it. I try to make things a party when I'm starting something because I'm not always motivated to get moving. And another thing I think about, I think it's called Wu Wei, Wuwei, something that Bruce Lee applied. Yeah, Swazo. My wife said Swazo. Yes. See, yeah, they know. Y'all know about Swazo, right? Cameron, you know about Swazo? Let me know. If not, I could break it down. But Wu Wei is the whole idea of keeping in constant motion. If you keep in constant motion, you're going to improve. You're going to get better. Yeah. And then with that and putting enthusiasm into it, you're going to get better. Cameron, I got you. I got you covered. So this is Swazo. T, should I tell him? I'll let him know. I'll let him know. Swazo is actually funny. I don't have the shirt. Oh, do I have the shirt? Let me see. Oh, I wish I had the shirt. I got to show you the shirt sometime. I'm going to be having some of those shirts online too. But Swazo is show up and show out. So no matter what you do, and no matter what you get into, if it's doing a project, if it's doing something, you're working on an online project, if you're working on a speech, whatever you do, you show up and you show out. You show up for yourself. You show up for your audience. You show up for your hearers, whoever's going to listen to you. Yeah? It's important to show up and show out with what you do. So that's what Swazo is. We're going to talk a lot about that as well, you know. So, but I wanted to get on here, guys, and just talk to you about that. I thought that was a pretty cool quote, and check that quote. I'm gonna put it in the comment areas as well. But that's what it means to me, you know. And let's apply this. Let's apply it. If you're getting that doubt in your head, keep it moving. Keep in constant motion. Those doubts will be squelched as well. As my son. Oh, yes. Yes. You ready to see? You ready to see it? Dun, 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 dun. Bam. Swazo. Show up and show out. Yes. That's what it's about. So that's how we do it. That's how we roll. You got it. You got it, my brother. Show up and show out. So, guys, let's show up and show out. You know, what do you have on your plate this week? What do you have on your schedule? Not this week, going into next week. See, my weeks are just going into each other. Going into next week, you know, as you may take some time tomorrow and just get ready for the week. What do you have going into the next week that you can show up and show out with? That you could keep in constant motion. And when those doubts come in, you're still moving. Yeah, whichever those principles work for you, apply it. Let's apply this quote, okay? All right, y'all. And by the way, I know some of you have, but I have a book that's actually coming out. I'm gonna have a book party. If you want to hear more about it, let me know. If you're listening to the replay, type in hashtag replay. If you're listening live, type in hashtag live. But I have a book coming out that I'm really, really excited about. And there's a course that's actually tacked onto it. I was going to bring out my course, my coaching program earlier. That is coming out really soon, but I tacked on my book with it as well, which I'm really, really excited about it. And it's going to be when I have a book party, and it's going to be phenomenal. And if you're typing in, if you're chiming in, type in hashtag replay. If you chime in later, say, let me know more. I know some of you already let me know, and I will let you know as things evolve and keep going. So it's coming out soon. Stay tuned. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Saturday, and we will talk to you soon. Also, let me know if there are things that some challenges you have or pain points that you have when it comes to going live, when it comes to presenting on camera, feel free to type in the chat area, or you can message me and let me know. All right, because I want to put out content that's going to help meet your needs. All right, if you have any questions. All right, everyone. Ciao for now. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.